Yes, people, look, back with another video, and I just want to touch on the differences between Slot and Jurgen Klopp. Of course, Jurgen Klopp has been the best manager I've seen Liverpool have in my lifetime. I mean, he has completely changed the whole club. I don't think anybody will compare to Jurgen Klopp. Just his energy, his passion, just the way he was. Every single press conference Jurgen Klopp held, I watched. Arne Slot, I don't watch a single one of his. He has no character, and I don't think Slot's a bad manager. I think he's a bit weird. He's a bit stubborn. He's not a bad manager, but he cannot compete with the likes of Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp's right up there with the Arsene Wengers, the Fergusons, the Mourinhos. He is elite. I mean, he could have had 3 Champions Leagues. I mean, only rival fans will try to play down Jurgen Klopp's career at Liverpool. It was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, we was going into games knowing we was going to win. So yeah, but I just wanted to touch on, obviously, we all know Jurgen Klopp's style of play, and it suited Liverpool so much. I mean, it literally sucked the ball into the goal. It was the high pressing, the Jurgen press, and it was so effective because what we would do is we had exciting attackers. We had Firmino and the false nine, and then we had an engine of midfielders behind them. And what we'd basically do is we'd play risky football high up on the pitch and press high, and then hopefully we would win the ball in a position that we're already in a high up position in the pitch, and yeah, from there a couple passes and it's a goal. And it was so effective, it was so smart, and that's why I give so much credit to Jurgen Klopp. I think he's so underrated, and look, we always had the personnel for that. So when Arne Slot came in after Jurgen Klopp, it was very interesting to see, because the main thing people highlighted it was Arne Slot slowed things down. He controlled things more. And you look at the statistics of pressing from when Jurgen Klopp was there to Arne Slot's first season, and even his season now, it is dropped from the first season and now dropped even further to his current season. And look, it's affecting us. We obviously lost Diogo Jota, we lost Darwin Núñez, and we lost Luis Diaz, and they had, I believe, the 3 highest pressing stats. So yeah, that has caused big problems. Of course, we had Trent as well, who was very direct. So you think of Slot's calmer approach, but he had still Klopp's high pressing players, high energy players, and Trent's direct, unique style of play. That just gave him the edge, and that's why we performed so well. So maybe that was a good balance. But then what Slot's tried to do, of course, with the help of the directors and bringing in the right players for his style of play, he's tried to really mould it with his style of play, not really realising what the Premier League's about, bringing in these sort of perfect style players like the Florian Wirtz, and not really focusing on the wingers, the engine in the midfield, the high pressing. He's took that away, and we've become less effective. He needed to keep that sprinkle of chaoticness. And you even look at Darwin Núñez, Klopp's last season, Darwin Núñez was still getting like 5-10 chances a game. You look at Slot's first season, Darwin Núñez couldn't get even 1 or 2 chances in a full game. And I thought, hold on, like, why has Núñez suddenly just not been able to create anything? It's Slot's style of play. Do I agree with it? Do I like it? No. But if it's going to be used, we have to have exciting players. So a boring system, you have to have exciting, explosive players. You cannot have slow players like the Gakpo Salahs, cutting in the McAllisters. If you're going to play a slow system, you need to have the Diaz's, the Jotas, the Núñez's. It has to be chaotic if it's going to be boring. And I hope you guys can make sense of what I'm saying here. So the conclusion of this is, where do we take it from here? Do we continue with what Slot's doing? I think we only do that if Slot and the sporting directors can identify we need to target different personnels of players, and then we can maybe give him more time, depending on if he gets Champions League. If not, and it's going to keep progressively slowing down and getting worse, then he's not the right man for the job. He has to be less stubborn, and he has to understand that, look, at Liverpool, we have an exciting, explosive way of playing, and he has to adapt his managerial skills to that. He can have the calmness a little bit, but he has to have the right players, because right now what he's doing for the Premier League is not effective, and it's making us level with teams like Chelsea, Brentford. These are the teams we're as good as. If you look at a full season, this is actually what we're as good as now. And there's no point saying, yeah, but last season he done this, because you're not putting it into perspective. This is what I'm doing in this video. I'm explaining to you. It was Jurgen Klopp's team. And I've explained why, with the high pressing players, and then you play a lot calmer of a system, and that's how it worked. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens from now to the end of the season, and then in the transfer window. I would love to see some more exciting, higher pressing, more energetic types of players coming, especially in the winger positions, and then how that would work with Florian Wirtz, Ekitike, Isak, if they've got them kind of players around them. And yeah, just maybe even like, I'd love to see what the long-term plan is for someone like a Frimpong. Because he's not a right back. I mean, he can play there against low block teams when you don't really have to do much defending. He's not really a right winger either. So it's just an interesting style, like type of player. Obviously, Florian Wirtz is a 10. So how are we going to work that with two strikers? It will all be interesting to see. I just didn't think we bought many players which fitted into the gaps we had. But it looks like we've scrapped what Jurgen Klopp's doing and changed it. Because under Jurgen Klopp, it was simple. You just bring in high pressing, like you bring in like wingers, you bring in solid midfielders, and look, we could have went on from there. But look, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think.